I'm Christy Hartman. Welcome back to my channel. You know, they say you can't go home again. And when I tried to recreate prints from a series of videos that I've completed 2 years ago, using my Poinsettia Masks and my holiday strip from pmartiststudio, I found out it's true. But what I discovered instead was a fresh style, evolved techniques and prints, which were just as beautiful but new and fresh. In this video, I'm revisiting a favorite holiday project with a twist, using the same gel print techniques I loved then, but through the lens of how my art style has grown. You will see how I transformed these vibrant, updated prints into handmade Christmas cards, layered with stamped poinsettia images using my original stamp designs from pmartiststudio. Whether you are a seasoned gel printer, holiday card maker, or just looking for holiday inspiration, I invite you to join me on this creative journey where tradition meets transformation and every print tells a story. Let's get started. A while ago, it's been a few years ago actually, some of my earlier videos, I used this set of masks, which is called Poinsettias, and I made some cards which looked like this, and then I have a poinsettia strip too, which I'll bring out along with some other stencils that we're going to play with today. I want to recreate these slightly. I don't care if they're exactly recreated, but I thought it might be kind of fun this year for Christmas to bring out some of my older stencils and just have a little play with them. So we're going to play with these poinsettia masks. And this will just become the background. So I'm just going to place them onto my 5x7 inch plate. So let's start with micaceous iron oxide. This is just, I believe, a piece of cardstock. And I don't want to pick all of this up, so I'm not pressing very hard. So I'm going to leave some of that texture and that micaceous on there. And it left some. Perfect. Okay, let's move on to Pyrrole Orange. Let's use this same piece of paper. And this time I'm going to press just a little bit harder because I do want to get quite a bit of that up. Okay. Let's kind of turn this over and look at it. Yeah, I like that. It's doing what I had hoped. Let's go Pyrrole Red. Let's grab this same print. It's still a little wet, but I'm not overly concerned. See how much of this we can pick up. That's actually kind of interesting. Let's grab a piece of, this is just deli paper. I'm going to see if I can pick up any more of this. We will have to let that dry. While we let that one dry, let's do this one. Let's start with 356 Violet Blue. Okay. Let's do 357. It's actually really pretty. And we'll let that dry. Okay, this one is dry. This stencil, which is a pmartiststudio stencil, and I can't tell you the name. I can't remember it, but I will have it for you in the description. Let's use this iridescent bright gold fine. Okay, that worked out. Yay! Look at that, and I've got gold here. Okay, now let's look. Yep, that did what I wanted it to do. Put some gold in the background. We have to let that dry. Let's go back to this one. I think I want to do magenta, the Quin Magenta. Okay, that's actually kind of interesting. We might be able to use that for something. Let's pull this off and see what we've got here. Yeah, perfect. All right. I like that. All right, we'll let that dry. Let's try some blues. Let's start with this 357. I'm just going to leave it for a second. It's kind of pretty. It's very faint, but that has to dry. I'm going to pull this one with Tighten Buff. Yeah, that was a good choice. Okay, this one, we're going to go over the top of this one with Manganese Blue. To come up. Okay, we're going to let that sit and dry. Let's lay this down again. Go over the top of it with some more gold. Okay, let's pull this up. Okay, we'll let that dry. Let's add one more paint color to this, and let's use this Deco Art Metallic. I think that's good. I think we're going to stick with that. So let's pull these off. Let's let that sit and dry. I'm afraid it took most of the... Oh no, there's some gold there. I was afraid it took most of the gold. So let's let that sit and dry. I think we'll pull this one with Tighten Buff again. Oh, that's going to be very pretty. I think we'll go Tighten Buff on this one too. I think we'll just do all three of them. Yep, that's going to be really pretty. Okay, let's see if this is ready to pull. Very nice. I actually really like that. Beautiful. Really gorgeous. These are the papers that I just used for cleanup, basically, with our previous gel printing session. And I went over the top of them with this stencil, which looks like this, and this is a part of a strip. It's a Christmas strip. I don't know which volume. I'll have it for you in the description. We're going to use my stencil from pmartiststudio. I'm going to line it up so that it's right against the edge of that card. Lay in this black. That looks great. Now this one, I've decided to go this direction with this one and make this be a landscape orientation. Perfect. These are the originals that I was kind of sort of trying to recreate. And I think they were beautiful. And I think the new ones are equally beautiful. Now this one was landscape. This one was the reds and oranges. And then I went over the top of it with the stencil in black. And then these feature stripes. Now these feature stripes I did with a gold pen. And I thought, well, let's do something different because, you know, it's always good to change things up. I had this piece that was on a 5x7 inch, my 5x7 inch plate. And then I thought, this would make a great feature stripe. So I cut these. This one's a little smaller, but most of them I cut 1/4 of an inch. This was the one where I added the blues to it. I think this one is beautiful. Great colors. Love the shades of pink and red in there. These are my 2 poinsettia stamps. I was thinking that it could work to put these on here. I find when I'm stamping on a brayer off, which I really like to do, I find that I need a little more ink. So I try to refresh my pad when I'm stamping. I want a combination, I think, of the long one and the small ones. So we'll just do some stamping and we'll hope for the best. I've chosen a few colors to begin coloring this poinsettia with. I've already done 2 of them, so you can see. But I did light aqua, I did aquamarine, this is peacock, what is this one? Country blue, hue, and then this is neon yellow. We're going to start with our lightest color. And I'm not going to show you all of these because I have shown you lots of colored pencil work on my channel. I think you probably get it. But I'm just going to put in the very centers. I'm going to leave that green to do its very cool iridescent job. And I'm just coming right into the centers of these. And I've done something similar when I did this card, this gnome card, with the poinsettias. You can go back and find this video, although I will link it in the description if you want to see me do different colors on the poinsettias. Then we're going to come in with the next value, which is aquamarine, and just go right over the top of that, darkening it slightly. And you know, I'm using a little more pressure than I did my last time. Just staying in that very center area of the poinsettia. Then I'm going to come in with my peacock. Nope, I'm sorry, this is cobalt blue. Couldn't read it before, obviously. The last thing we're going to do is go over it with this neon yellow. And I'm going to go over from the outside in. And I'm not going all down to the center. I'm just kind of overlapping slightly to blend those just a bit. Okay, I'll finish the rest of that off camera and I'll be back. On these poinsettias, I used neon red, the violet, violet blue, and purple. 931, 932, 933, and 1037. And this is what they look like. And I will glue them on here in just a minute. These poinsettias, I used denim blue, PC 1101, indigo 901, and cobalt blue 133. I also used a little bit of white on this poinsettia. These were the cards that I had originally made in the original poinsettia video. These are the new cards that I've made in this series, adding stamped images, similar techniques for gel printing, but I think they're very different. As I wrapped up this project, it really hit me just how much my style has changed over the past 2 years. The techniques I used, many are the same, but how I layer paint, how I use color, even how I see composition, it's all evolved. There was a time when I would have been frustrated that I couldn't recreate my older prints. Now I see it differently. That's a creative shift. That's growth. It means I'm not just standing still, I'm exploring, I'm learning, and I'm allowing my work to reflect who I am now. And honestly, these prints, these cards, they may not be the same as before, but they're just as beautiful, maybe even more so, because they carry the mark of change, of movement, of where I am in this moment. If you've noticed your own art changing in ways you didn't expect, embrace it. Your style isn't something that you find once and keep forever. It grows with you, and that's the real magic of making art. Don't forget to like, subscribe, click the bell so you don't miss any of my content. I've got more creative explorations on the way, and I'd love for you to be part of my journey. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.